Everybody to another episode of Gorilla Gospel. We about to go watch a movie again. So here we go. We're gonna get into the mystery part of the Bible that everybody is, so to speak, uh, so concerned about. All right, and it's gonna be something for you guys to clutch to. All right, we got Mary Magdalene, who was about to be stoned by a bunch of hypocrites accusing her of adultery. And I mean, this was a woman who probably lost her husband in war or whatever, or just plain or murdered. And back in those days, if you was married, you couldn't get married again. No matter if you lost your husband to a war or whatever. And then they didn't believe in giving women jobs back then either. So the only thing most likely a woman could do is sell her body if it wasn't being taken. So Mary was accused of committing adultery, and they didn't already attack them, but they brought her to Jesus, and Jesus said, "We caught this woman in adultery. What you think we should do with her?" And Jesus wrote in the sand, and this is where the mystery comes out, because nobody knows what he wrote. But before he wrote in the sand, he said, "He who has not sinned, cast the first stone." And then he wrote in the sand. So what did he write in that sand, right? That made all those hypocrites drop their stones and take off, right? Uh, what else could he have written, right? But maybe he wrote that, "Hey, bro, Mary, right here, she ain't even married. How can she commit adultery?" So maybe he wrote, "She's not married." The only way you could commit adultery is if you're married. So he who has not sinned, cast the first stone. So which one of y'all slept with her? Or where's the man that she committed adultery with, so we can stone him? You dig? And everyone dropped their stone. See, it's not he who haven't committed sin cast the first stone, because we all sinners. But at that particular time, for that particular reason, the adulterer was the one supposed to be getting stoned. So most likely everybody had their fun with Mary and then wanted to humiliate her in front of Jesus. And what Jesus did was turn the tables. So there go your mystery right there for a lot of you big shots out there. You know, I don't like talking bad about people, but you know, if a lot of people's noses wasn't so far into corruption, it would be more into the word of God and his spirit, to where he can reveal these things. But even when it's revealed to some people, they take it, twist it up, and they make it to where they become adulterers. Because here now you're married to the word, but you're committing adultery with sin. And you know what I'm saying? You call other people sinners, wicked and evil and everything. When the very people who're supposed to be following God and everything is supposed to make sure that we know the truth about people through the vibes that the followers of God get from people who wants to be elected and appointed in office and everything. But here go another one for you. John. John the Baptist was beheaded. And they went and they took his body, the angels, you know, the people of God. But they served his head on a platter. I don't think that head ever got back to John. don't think he was buried with it. They just said they went and got his body. You know? Another mystery, the biggest one to me is Joseph. The stepfather. The very first stepfather in the Bible was Joseph. Of Mary the mother. All right? What happened to Joseph? He wasn't written off in the Bible of how he died, when he died, and all this other stuff. All I know is that if you read, it shows that Mary and Jesus and the rest of his brothers carried on without Joseph. But Jesus' mother had more kids. It doesn't say who the fathers were. I wonder why. If you want to get into mysteries of the Bible, I got over 100 of them. But those three I'm going to just leave right there. I saw one, if you believe that's what was told to me to tell you. Mary wasn't an adultery because Mary wasn't married. So point your fingers at somebody else when you want to call them sinners. All right? And the deal about Joseph, something bad happened. Something bad happened because just like Cain, he's not even written in the bloodline of his inheritance as they go down the list of Adam and Eve. If you read it, you'll see that Abel is written, but Cain is written off. So I wonder what kind of bad thing could have happened, right? I mean, in the beginning, Joseph was considering getting Mary stoned. You know? Until an angel appeared upon Joseph. And you know, I mean, Joseph had a very important role of raising this little boy. Okay? But after they came out of Egypt, you know, not much was said about Joseph. That doesn't fit right in the Bible. Because a lot of God's chosen people has a written off part from the beginning to the end of him encountering and them leaving. Okay? The wilderness was Moses. The whirlwind was, I think that was Isaiah, no? I forget a lot of names because my memory is kind of like messed up, but with names. But so far as this goes, hey, Jesus was taken up by a cloud, and then he was brought back. You know? Was he taken up by a cloud again? You know? If you want to get into a lot of mysteries, I got a lot of them, but we're just going to leave it right there, man. Mary wasn't an adultery. They were. They was going to have to stone themselves. So when it comes to being a preacher, stone yourself if you turn around and call somebody else a criminal and you a criminal yourself. Stone yourself if you call somebody else a liar when you a liar too. Stone yourself if you anything other than what people expect you to be, what you chose to be. Stone yourself. And I don't mean by killing yourself. God forbid, bro. We got enough in this world killing us now. But take that word and stone yourself with it, bro. And allow it to seriously get you back on the right path. So we're going to end it there with Guerrilla Gospel, man. It wasn't it wasn't much for a lot of people to understand that uh, you considered everything in the book by people who does everything in the book. So it wasn't much for people to just stone women back then. It took nothing to stone a woman back then. Nothing. So I love y'all. One.